Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Deep in the world of dirt racing lies a mind that refuses to rest. A team obsessed with innovation, precision, and the relentless hunt for speed. A brand new product line built through a partnership with one of the most respected names in high-performance suspension. Öhlins doesn't simply participate in racing. Racing is their core. Öhlins Shocks, available exclusively through Longhorn Dynamics.
DIRTVision would like to thank our friends at Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts for helping us get from track to track.
I think it's a very big deal that we have Amcus, providing us with the Amcus cutting tools throughout our series and World Racing Group. It's good that we were able to get a product in that's reliable and it does the job. If for some reason we had to cut a car apart or get access to a driver or a patient, we know that this tool here is definitely the one that we're going to work the best, get us in there quickly.
This is a special presentation of DIRTVision, bringing you the pinnacle of dirt track racing. Led by World of Outlaws sprints and late models. We also have the Super Dirt Car Series, Extreme Outlaw Midgets, American Sprint Car Series, and Dirt Car Summer Nationals. Plus weekly racing and special events at America's premier racetracks. The best drivers, the best coverage. DIRTVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt.
Night number 3 of Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals starts right now. Over 200 late models on property, and 3 drivers will be coming home at the end of the night with some surfboards. And what an absolutely beautiful day that it is here in beautiful sunny Florida. Welcome in to the World of Outlaw Late Models presented by DIRTVision. My name is Ashton Smythe, and I got you covered with everything happening down on the grounds here this evening. And I'll be joined up in the booth in just a little bit by the voice of the World of Outlaw Late Models, Ruben Morales. And whether you're joining us here in beautiful Florida or watching at home on DIRTVision, thank you so much for spending your Saturday evening with us. Like I said, another gorgeous day, and for the first time in Sunshine Nationals history, we will get all 3 days of racing in. A little bit of clouds in the sky, but a very, very low chance of rain. That sun is out and shining. Low 70s today. Looking forward to another great night of racing. Now, flashback to last night, where a lot of the drivers said that this was the best Volusia Speedway park they have ever raced on, and it was anybody's race up until the checkered flag, but it was Hudson O'Neal who came out on top and claimed his 3rd victory of the 2026 season. If you weren't able to join us, here are those highlights.
Brandon Overton from the Bilstein pole will have the 6 of Hudson O'Neal to his outside, and Hudson O'Neal going to take the lead as they race into turn number 3. Overton slides up the racetrack. Hudson O'Neal will come around to lead lap number 1. Chris Madden will take third from the one of Tyler Erb. Second last night. Now he's going to take fifth at the line. But right now, oh, Brandon Overton up and over the cushion, and he diamonds off of turn number 2 right in front of the 44. Chris Madden has it off of quarter number 2, but high side momentum for Overton, and Overton going to have it down the back straightaway. And into 3, Overton's got it. Off of corner number 4, Hudson O'Neal wants no participation in this battle behind him. While this battle rages on, Hudson O'Neal still has assurance of a lap car between them and a 2.2 second lead. But right now, Overton right around the outside. He'll take second, and here comes Shepard. Shepard right around the inside of Madden. Here comes Nick Hoffman to the inside of Brandon Overton, trying to take fourth, and he will. Tyler Erb to third. Turbo turning it on down the back straightaway. Here comes the Best Performance Motorsports number 1. Here's Hoffman, Overton, and Max Blair on your screen. 3-car battle. That's for the 4th position. And off of corner number 4, give it to Nick Hoffman. Shepard on the bottom. Tyler Erb right around the middle. Tyler Erb will have second down the back straightaway. Brandon Shepard in third. Nick Hoffman in 4th. Max Blair 5th. 3 wide once again for the lead. Turbo going to throw another slider, but it's going to play out just like it did last time. Hudson will have the lead, but no, we might have a change in second. Shepard was inside. Here comes Nick Hoffman as well. Hudson, Turbo, Shepard, Hoffman, the top 4. Max Blair 5th. Tim McCready right around the outside as well, trying to get around Max Blair for 5th, and he will. Tim McCready into the top 5. Hudson O'Neal right around the cushion, continues to lead. It's now a 7/10 of a second lead. McCready gets around Shepard, and McCready up to third. Now Turbo to the inside of Hudson. Hudson upsets it on the cushion. Last lap pass for the lead. Turbo going to show Hudson some sheet metal. Into turn number 3. Hudson protects down low. And off of corner number 4. Turbo has one more shot as Hudson slides up the racetrack. And no one's going to stop him. Hudson O'Neal wins it over Tyler Erb and Tim McCready.
Came down to the very last lap, but it was Hudson O'Neal who picked it up. Tyler Erb said, hey, we're points racing. We'll take the podium finish. And rounding out the podium last night was Team Mac, Tim McCready. But here's the cool thing. We've had 2 nights of racing so far, and on the podium each night, we've had have such impressive stats here at Volusia Speedway Park. So let's dive into them a little bit deeper. We'll start with night number 1 winner, Chris Madden, obviously teaming up with that Wells Motorsports team in the Infinity House car this year. Picked up the win just the other night. And then yesterday had bad luck, ended up breaking in the feature, finished a 27th. But here at Volusia Speedway Park in a late model, he has 3 wins so far. Nick Hoffman has more Gators than anybody can count. Only 1 win in a late model under Outlaw competition, and a 2nd and a 5th on the weekend so far. Brandon Shepard has a 3rd and a 4th, 6 late model wins here at Volusia Speedway Park under Outlaw competition, and hoping to add another one here tonight. Moving into last night's podium, Hudson O'Neal, night number 1, have that heartbreak, did not start the feature, blew that tire in the heat race and opted to end his night early. And then last night picked up the win, has 3 late model wins here at Volusia Speedway Park. Turbo an 8 and a 2nd, and hoping to add his first win here at Volusia to his list here this evening. And then Tim McCready, 14th night number 1, 3rd last night, and has 2 late model wins. But let's talk about those winners a little bit more. Here's something interesting. Chris Madden and Hudson O'Neal both have 3 late model wins under Outlaw competition here at Volusia Speedway Park, and both of their first Outlaw wins came right here. We'll see if either of them are able to top the other and add their 4th win here this evening. But keep in mind, Sunshine Nationals is a points race as well, and the driver who's leading the points needs no introduction here at Volusia Speedway Park. In the tie Touareg number 9, that's Nick Hoffman. When I caught up with him earlier on, he was like, I think we're somewhere around 27 wins here at Volusia. A lot of those coming back in the modified days, but has his own gator pond in his shop full of little gators, small gators, and hoping to add a surfboard to that collection here tonight. But he only leads that points chase by 1 point over your 2nd place driver right now of Brandon Shepard. We caught up with Nick earlier on about all things this new dirt and Volusia, how it's been treating him, and how he's going to add his first surfboard to his collection tonight.
I wouldn't say it's old Volusia as far as black dirt. It came from the same place, but it definitely is still a little different than what I dealt with 10 years ago. But every day is different with dirt racing. It doesn't really matter. But anytime you come to a place, even if you've been here 100 times, it still races a little bit different. So from the first night to the second night, it raced a lot different. And last night, I felt like it was about the best it could be. I mean, both nights it was really good. But I feel like I've been in every situation and every scenario I could be in here to race, and what happens during races, and whether it's tire wear or where the racetrack moves around to, or how to make speed. So definitely confident when I come here, and it does a lot for any driver. So as far as pressure, yeah, I want to win anytime I'm at a racetrack, but I want to add to my collection, that's for sure.
50 laps tonight. Do you feel like that's going to go better for you, or would you prefer the 35 laps? How does that change your mindset?
Yeah, I think it's better for me. I ran a 3 on the right rear both nights, where some of those guys have been running some 2s. I feel like that maybe makes that even more of a gamble. I felt like last night it was going to be a gamble, and those guys made it work. So tonight being 15 more laps, I think that throws it out the window a little bit. You're still going to get some guys that are going to do it, but you still don't know. 50 laps, I feel like it's a long time around this place. This place is pretty big, so in a 50-lap race, a lot could happen.
Nick Hoffman hoping the tires come to an advantage here tonight and adding a surfboard to his collection. We'll see if he's able to do that by the end of the night. Over 200 cars on property, late models of all kinds, as we're also joined by the 602s and the 604s. So let's take a look at that order of events. The Outlaws will kick off tonight's competition, starting with our hot laps, followed directly by their qualifying session. Then we'll take a quick break from on-track action for opening ceremonies before the 602s hit the racetrack for their last chance showdowns. Then the Outlaws back out on track for their heat races before the 604s move into their last chance showdowns. Then redraws for all 3 divisions will take place on that stage. Then it's time for Outlaw last chance showdowns. Non-qualifier race for the 602s will hit the track, and then it's feature racing action time. And kicking off the night, the World of Outlaws feature 50 laps around the world's fastest half mile. Then the 604 non-qualifier before the 602 feature 20 laps of distance, and the 604 30-lap feature will close out the night. Like I said, 200 cars on property, and over 100 of those alone being crate cars themselves. Let's welcome in Cody Early here, the series announcer of Crate Racing USA, to explain a little bit more about the format here this weekend for Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals with the crates, as well as their winter shootout series. Cody?
Thanks, Ashton. Yeah, the Winter Shootout Series reaches a pinnacle here at Volusia 7 years in a row. The initial event, of course, started back in 2020. 105 cars made the trip here. Very important, this facility, this racetrack, to the Winter Shootout Series. It's been on the schedule ever since this event began back in 2020. But the competition at this event every year seems to be one of the best across the country, as drivers come as far as Pennsylvania and New York to come down here to the world's fastest half mile. This racetrack really kind of the equalizer, because when you come here, the multiple grooves, the opportunities, that, and everybody gets a chance to compete in features. On Thursday and Friday, everybody got a feature. Best points, top 20 in the points, have a chance to start in the main event tonight. So when you come down here, other than Mother Nature, you're guaranteed 2 features to start with, and your goal is to make it 3 features by the end of the weekend. But this event is just part of the Winter Shootout Series. Of course, the season starts every year at Talladega, the Ice Bowl. Most recently, Hendry County a weekend ago. Here, Volusia this weekend. Next weekend, we head to Needmore Speedway, and then we'll conclude the Winter Shootout Series at Cochran Motor Speedway for the 604 late models. The Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Winter Shootout Series, really a starting point for the season. A lot of teams come into the first of the year, and this is how they kind of set the tone for their season. We've already seen a lot of young drivers pick up victories, one of those being Diesel Jones, who comes into this event this weekend as the points leader. He already has a prelim feature win tonight, backing up his big win at Hendry County 1 weekend ago. The 604 late models are strong. The car counts are strong. It's really, with the Chevrolet Performance 604 engines, it has been a class that continues to grow, and ultimately it's the stepping stone for the World of Outlaw late models and super late models all across the country.
Thanks so much, Cody. Super cool to have the Crates joining us here this evening as well, and 3 drivers will be taking home one of these surfboard trophies at the end of the night. Like I said, my name's Ashton Smythe. I got you covered down here. Cars starting to hit the track, Ruben. I don't know about you, if you know anything about surfing, this board might be a little small to take to the ocean, but it would look really cool in someone's trophy case.
Yeah, definitely. I am not a surfer myself, so I would probably get injured, but a really cool trophy. First hot lap session onto the Speedway. Rolling on, it's Jackson Heiss out of Ocala, Florida, and the Quality Services Roofing, although I will take a surfboard over a Gator. The Gator would definitely eat me. Anyway, that's in 3 weeks. Right behind him out of Richmond, Indiana, the 20TC Tricky Tristan Chamberlain, the 18-year-old. And right behind him, you're going to find the 23 of Beckham Malone, 2023 World Short Track 604 winner. The 14-year-old, 2 Outlaw starts, best finished 9th at the dirt track at Charlotte. The 5 of Mark Whitener joins us out of Middleburg, Florida. The 2023 Crate Racing USA champion and 100 grand challenge champion. There's the 14 MD3 Rookie of the Year contender Trey Mills out of St. Augustine, Florida. The 17-year-old trying to make his 6th Outlaw start here tonight, trying to make his first feature here this weekend. Matthew Larson as well, out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota, 3 Outlaw starts, best finish 13th at NODAC last year for the 20-year-old third-generation driver. Brandon Overton had a good run last night, was 3 wide with him. Madden, fortunately Madden had battery issues. Overton hit the wall and blew the deck out and ended up finishing 13th last night, but still in the shows into Riggs Motorsports number 76, looking for career win at number 21. Jason Riggs out of College Grove, Tennessee, in his 21st year behind the wheel of a super late model. 2 Outlaw starts, best finished 12th at Farmer City, made the show on the first night of the Dirt Car Sunshine at Nationals. There's the 15 of Clay Stuckey, made the show the first night, didn't make it last night. The 21-year-old first-generation driver, 8 Outlaw starts, best finished 12th at Arrowhead Speedway last year with the Outlaws. Drivers getting ready to get the green flag. This is hot lap session number 1. Ready to rock and roll. Gorsuch Performance green flag flying. The Sunshine Nationals for the first time in all its years. Finally, just finally gonna get not only practice night in, but all 3 nights of racing completed. And that's good news because with the World of Outlaws, we always drop a couple races. Of course, this year the addition of Hendry County coming up in next month. If we get all 8 races in, which are the 3 here at Dirt Car Sunshine, the 3 at the Federated Auto Part Dirt Car Nationals, and the 2 of the Swamp Cabbage 100 at Hendry County, we will drop the worst 3 for our Platinum teams. We have a caution, Dave Warren Power Sports caution, because the 81 of Jason Riggs was in the wall in turn number 1, and he's rolling down the back straightaway. We'll see when he comes around here in a little bit, but he does have damage to the right side of that 81. But yes, a good start to the season for the Outlaws. Get all 3 in, give our guys more of an opportunity to drop some races. And I got a list of drivers who've made both features, both nights. There's Jason Riggs, how I was mentioning. He was in the wall in 1 and 2. So we'll get our crew to clean up some debris over here. Volusia Speedway Park officials, World of Outlaw officials in turn number 1. Getting that cleaned up. Looks like part of the catch fence came off. So they're going to do some extensive repair here real quick and get that back up. These are the drivers that have made the show both nights. Tyler Erb, Tim McCready, Brandon Shepard, Nick Hoffman, Max Blair, Kyle Strickler, Dale McDowell, Ryan Gustin, Bobby Pierce, Drake Troutman, Brandon Overton, Dennis Erb Jr., Tristan Chamberlain, Ethan Dotson, Logan Zarin, Dalton Wilson, Jake Tim, Brent Larson, Jordan Kohler, Blair Nodorf, Dustin Sorensen, Ricky Thornton Jr., and Chris Madden. 2 drivers have finished in the top 5 both nights. That is Nick Hoffman, your current World of Outlaws point leader, over Brandon Shepard. Tyler Erb has been really good here this weekend. Of course, both nights running really well. Turbo's 3rd in the point standings. Max Blair 4th, Tim McCready 5th. As repairs continue here in turn number 1. Track record 15.100. We kick it off right now 17.799 with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap, and that's Brandon Overton. But of course, these drivers will wheel pack and iron out the surface as we continue. And of course, a different order of events here tonight compared to the last 2 nights. We hot lap and then we turn right around to qualify. How we normally do throughout the year, we have no qualifying for the 604s or the 602s, so we'll go straight into qualifying here. And then we'll have 2 last chance showdowns for the 602s, and we're going straight into heat races. So things definitely going to be a little different. Qualify a little bit more. Of course, by the time we were done qualifying the other divisions, the track was already kind of shaded. And here we're still in the sun, so definitely going to be interesting qualifying coming up here in just a few moments. As repairs continue in turn number 1, which, by the way, hats off to our whole crew here at Volusia Speedway Park, working with our World of Outlaws officials and our track prep crew. They've done a fantastic job all weekend long. Great racing, great racetrack. With the new dirt and Tyler Bachman, the general manager here at Volusia Speedway Park, they've done a lot of great improvements and investments to the facility for those fans coming in next week to see the American Sprint Car Series, or in 2 weeks to see the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds and the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, or when we're back in 3 weeks, the Dirt Car Late Models and us and the Super Dirt Car Series. Campgrounds, getting some upgrades and improvements. Bob, obviously you're the voice of Volusia Speedway Park, so you see it firsthand. Just a lot of new LED lighting around the track. Just a lot of good improvements here, Bob.
I tell you what, Ruben, it's really amazing the work that these guys and girls do at this facility. Not just for the weekend, but constantly. I mean, you look around this place, I've had so many drivers compliment me and us for having such a beautiful facility. And hats off to Larry and Eric and Michelle and Brandy and Johnny and everybody that takes care of this place. They cannot believe how beautiful this whole facility is, let alone what a great racetrack we have.
Yeah, and of course, you know, the weather is about to get crazy in lots of parts of the country, and we wish everyone safe travels and everyone be safe during these times. But hey, if you have the opportunity, listen, there's racing the next 3 weeks here at Volusia Speedway Park. If you have the opportunity to escape the cold and you can do it, let's say you're working, man, you got PTO, or you could just, can take a trip, come on down here. Volusia Speedway Park, if it's not on your bucket list, I don't trust your bucket list, because then you don't have a good bucket list. Yeah, Volusia Speedway Park needs to be on your bucket list. It's a famed facility for a long, long time, and yeah, come check it out next couple nights. You know,
a lot of guys that I talked to that have been here for the very first time are up in Georgia, 3-4 hours away. They said, you know what, Bob, we're going to come down here for the regular season and come race a couple times. So this Sunshine Nationals is going to bring us more cars on a regular Saturday night because of this beautiful facility. So, Ruben, it looks like they got the old fence fixed over there, buddy.
Yep, they did. We're ready to rock and roll once again here in Hot Lap session number 1. Brandon Overton at the top of the charts, 17.799. Tristan Chamberlain going to get the Gorsuch Performance green flag. He's down the back straightaway in the 20 TC. There's Brandon Overton in the 76. Gorsuch Performance green flag out here on the Saturday night. We're back underway. Saturday night portion of the Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals back underway here in Hot Lap session number 1. Brandon Overton atop of the charts, 17.323. Now Trey Mills in the 14. Trey Mills, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender. We're in his home state, and Trey has not made a feature quite yet this weekend. Trying to turn things around in that 14. Well, I scratched that. He made it last night in the 14, but here's Trey Mills, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender with the World of Outlaws. Mills 22nd last night. Cars will make their exit down the back straightaway. Clay Stuckey with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap at a 16.676. Mark Whitener second, Trey Mills third, Becca Malone fourth, Tristan Chamberlain fifth. Next group going to be led out by MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Big Frog Motorsports number 58V, Dalton Wilson. Right behind him out of Loudon, Tennessee, in his 7th year behind the wheel of a super late model, the 2022 Schaefer Southern Nationals champion, that is Corey Hedgecock, two-time World of Outlaws feature winner. In the number 6, Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana, the 2023 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. 3 of his 4 victories come here at Volusia Speedway Park. He got his first career victory at Volusia back in 2023 in the Rocket 1, then in 2024 won at Sunshine, and then won last night in the K&L Rumbling number 6. Kyle Bronson out of Brandon, Florida in the 40B, also on the Speedway. Kyle Bronson trying to put it in the show tonight in the 40B. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender Logan Zarin in the 1Z. Finished 18th last night, was the MD3 Rookie of the race. He's been really good. He finished right behind Dalton Wilson the first night too. We are going to have a great battle all year long in that MD3 Rookie of the Year. Out of Renner, South Dakota, Snowdrift, Blair Nodorf. He's made both features here this weekend. He finished 24th. Defending series champion Bobby Pierce in the 32 was the Fox Factory Hard Charger last night, up 13 positions and finished 10th. In the number 11, it's Alan Stick out of Americus, Georgia, trying to make his first Outlaw start here tonight. And the 1 of Turbo, Tyler Erb. He's had a great weekend here this weekend. Turbo's made both features, finished 2nd last night. And Tyler Erb, the Fox Factory Hard Charger, the first night up 18 positions to 18th in the 1. As those are all the drivers here in Hot Lap session number 2. There's Turbo on your screen. You just go and talk to Turbo. I talked to him today in the pit area, and you go in there, there's a sense of calmness, there's a sense of confidence, and you can tell that team's just clicking really well. They have a real well-oiled machine team set up down there. Crew chief this year for Tyler Erb, Cody Carl, Caleb Todd down there as well. The whole crew just clicking really well. There's a driver that really hasn't made noise this weekend. Bobby Pierce in the 32, up to 10th last night after up 13 positions and then 9th the night before. So a 9th and a 10th for the 32. Dalton Wilson, the 58V on your screen here on DIRTVision. MD3 Rookie of the race the first night, finished 21st and 19th last night. And Hudson O'Neill on your screen, trying to go back to back. Alan Stick showing speed early in the night, just like yesterday. He has the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap, 16.604. 16.604. Next group, rolling on to Volusia Speedway Park, going to be led out by the number 11R of Josh Rice out of Verona, Kentucky, the JRR Motor Sales number 11R, the 2023 Valvoline American Late Model Ironman North Series champion, now in his 9th full year of a super late model. In the T1, out of Penton, Alabama, the Britain Motorsports, that's going to be Todd Murrow, 1 World of Outlaws start, 24th at Sanoa last year. T-Mac, Tim McCready, had a really good run last night, 3rd place for Tim McCready. And that Dave Warren Power Sports number 9. And there's the 99B Boom Briggs. Remember, did not start the Last Chance Showdown last night. They switched engines in the 99B. Still a Clements under the hood for Boom Briggs, the 2-time ULMS champion. Dustin Sorensen had a really hot start the first night, finished 6th in the 19. Last night a 25th for Dustin Sorensen. Still in the show both nights. Good start for him. And Brandon Shepard in the 1S. Brandon Shepard has had a lot of success at Volusia Speedway Park. 6 wins, but all of those 6 wins come at the Federated Auto Part Dirt Car Nationals. Brandon Shepard trying to win his first in the Sunshine Nationals. Brandon Shepard in the Rocket 1. Finished 4th last night. There's Dale McDowell, 17M, finished 8th last night in the Reese Coast 17M, and the 0 Glenn Stiers out of Ohsweken, Ontario, Canada, trying to make his first Outlaw start. And Drake Troutman, last year's MD3 Rookie of the Year champion at the 22 star, finished 11th in last night's feature event. Those are all the drivers in this one. We get ready for Hot Lap session number 3. Biggs, fresh power plant under the hood, and he goes to the top of the charts. But now it's Brandon Shepard, 16.371 for B Shep, the 5-time World of Outlaws champion. Had a really good battle last night going there with Turbo and McCready. Checker flag is out. He will now have the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap. Brandon Shepard, 16.371. Drivers make their exit on the back straightaway. There's the 114, Jordan Kohler. He's had a really good weekend. He's made both features so far here this weekend. Finished 26th the first night, and then last night finished 23rd in the 114. Jordan Kohler, really good start to his 2026. And his 4th year behind the wheel of a super late model. Brent Larson in the B1 has also had a really good one, transferring out of the heat races in the B1. 15th the first night for the B1 Bomber, and last night Brent Larson 21st. Right behind him, you are going to find the number 8, Kyle Strickler. He's had a really good start. Kyle Strickler, 7th last night and 10th the night before. 2 top 10s to kick off the weekend and the year, really, for Kyle Strickler in that G-Style Transport number 8. Ricky Thornton Jr. last night was running towards the front and came to a stop and slowed and pulled off in the 20 RT. Got 5th the first night. Ricky Thornton 26th last night. In the 74X, Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California, now in his sophomore season with the Outlaws. 16th last night for Dotson, 23rd the first night. And Max Blair, he's been very consistent in the 111, 6th place last night and 7th the night before, a pair of top 10s for him. Ryan Gustin in the 19R to Marshalltown, Iowa, also on the Speedway, 9th place last night for the Cooney Motorsports 19R. MT3 Rookie of the Year contender at Clewiston, Florida, the 55E. That is Eli Johnson, 28th last night. And Michael Leach also on the Speedway out of Sun River, Montana, the final driver out there. Michael Leach trying to put it into the show for the first time here this weekend. We get ready for this hot lap session. Brent Larson to the top of the charts. 15.890 with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap. Thornton second, now Gustin to the top. Jordan Kohler second, Brent Larson third, Ricky Thornton Jr. fourth, Max Blair fifth, and the top of the charts is the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. 15.594 for Ryan Gustin in the Cooney Motorsports number 19R. And final group rolling onto the Speedway out of Dawsonville, Georgia, Donald McIntosh. 13 Outlaw starts, best finish 5th twice at Smoky Mountain in Cherokee with the Outlaws. Donald McIntosh made the show the first night, finished 13th. Right behind him, you will find the number 24, Tyler Wyant out of Oil City, Pennsylvania. Switching over to Longhorns over the offseason for the number 24, trying to make his first Outlaw start here this weekend. Came close in that last chance showdown last night. Now in his sophomore season with the World of Outlaws at Winona, Minnesota, the 49 of Jake Tim. Finished 20th last night in the 49, making both features both nights. 24th the night before. The 2022 World of Outlaws champion right behind him at a Carpentersville, Illinois. 14th last night, 4th on Thursday. Chris Madden, heartbreak last night, was battling 3 wide for second. Came to a stop in turn number 4. It ended up being a battery issue. The battery going dead on the 44. Unfortunate after winning the first night, and last night scored 27th. In the 9, Nick Hoffman, your current World of Outlaws point leader, 5th last night, 2nd the night before. Only him and Brandon Shepard have finished in the top 5 these first 2 nights. Right behind him, the number 11, Stacy Bowles out of Clinton, Tennessee. 5 Outlaw starts for Stacy Bowles, trying to make his first start on the weekend here tonight. And of course, tonight would be a good night. $20,000 to win for the World of Outlaws means more money. $1,500 just to start tonight. Those are all the drivers around the Speedway here at Volusia Speedway Park. Final hot lap session, getting ready to tickle the throttle. This is the final hot lap session. Dennis Erb Jr. 7th quick in the 28. Chris Madden 2nd quick. Nick Hoffman 5th. McIntosh 8th quick. Tyler Wyant 8th quick. Chris Madden, well, a battery may have stopped him last night, but that team, no pun intended, still electric here as he's 2nd quick, 15.760, 2nd quickest, as that will conclude hot laps. Ryan Gustin with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap in the Cooney Motorsports, once again, 15.594 for the Reaper. Chris Madden 2nd, Jordan Kohler 3rd, Brent Larson 4th, and Nick Hoffman 5th. That's going to conclude hot laps for the World of Outlaws. We'll go right into qualifying. For everyone watching around the world on DIRTVision, we're going to get cars in the staging area, let some fans cross into the infield. We'll step aside. When we come back, it'll be time for qualifying here in the finale of the Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals.
It's ARP fasteners for whatever you race, from 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water, from the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
Raw horsepower, built on dirt. This is the World of Outlaws.
The greatest show on dirt.
Coming to Talladega Short Track, March 6th. Hear it, feel it, live it.
So, you like NASCAR but don't know who to root for? Here's some Toyota legends you can get behind. Meet Tyler Reddick. Crushed it in Xfinity Series and now he's here. Basically the Cinderella story, if Cinderella drove 200 miles per hour. Then there's John Hunter Nemechek. New kid on the block, all gas, no brakes. Oh, and Denny Hamlin. Ever heard of Daytona? He's won it 3 times, no big deal. We have a lot of drivers, all legends. You pick. You in?
Ready for qualifying here with the World of Outlaws Group A, 22 cars. That'll set the lineups for heats 1 and 2. And Group B, 22 cars. That'll set the lineups for heats 3 and 4. 4 heat races, top 4 transfer. 2 last chance showdowns, top 3 transfer. We'll have 2 World of Outlaw points provisionals, 4 emergencies, and that'll lock in everybody for tonight's 50-lap, $1,500 to start, $20,000 to win feature. We begin Group A. Out of Blanchard, Louisiana, the Longhorn by Stuckey, Clements Powered, Lucas Oil Products, Graphic Arts Express, FiberTech Laser Cut, R&R Farms, Advanced Powder Coating, number 15, Clay Stuckey. In the 20TC, out of Richmond, Indiana, the Longhorn Spec, Gibson Racing, Vision Woodworks, Vision Homes, DCE Fabrication, Pardos Towing Service, number 20 TC, Tristan Chamberlain. The third and final driver out there to Lake Elmo, Minnesota, the Longhorn Pro Power Fuel Factory, Hanco Corporation, TS Wireless, number 8, the Baby Bomber, Matthew Larson. Track record 15.100 set by Bobby Pierce, January 19th, 2024. Stuckey 16.112. Chamberlain will cross the line. To the top of the charts he goes, 15.585. Here comes Matthew Larson for his go around, and he will go third quick, 16.183. Checker flag is out for Stuckey. Faster stays second quick, 16.029. Tristan Chamberlain will cross the line, and he will take lap number 1, that time slower. And Matthew Larson faster, 16.117. He will stay third quick. Tristan Chamberlain with the early time to beat here in World of Outlaws qualifying Group A at a 15.585. Next 3 drivers getting ready to roll onto the Speedway. You'll find the 76, Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia, in the Riggs Motorsports, Budweiser, Dude Wipes, Heartbeat Hot Sauce, Gronto Southern, R.W. Powell, Big Dog Stumpin' Tree, Longhorn Clements, number 76. Also out there with him, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of St. Augustine, Florida, the Mills Concrete, Bill Stein, H&R Race Engines, FK Robbins, VG Performance, VP Racing Fuels by Boswell Oil, Longhorn Clements, number 14, Trey Mills. In the number 5 out of Middleburg, Florida, the Southeast Ship Repair, Whitener's Tractor Service, Ocala Restaurant and Supply, DT Welding, Boswell Oil, Longhorn Pro Power, number 5, the Magic Man, Mark Whitener. Overton to the top of the charts, 15.294 for Brandon Overton. Here comes Trey Mills. He'll cross the line 5th quick, 16.415. The 5, a Whitener 4th quick, 16.027, and Brandon Overton will keep lap number 1, getting closer to the track record 15.1. He just turned to 15.294. Trey Mills faster at a 16.384, but he'll stay 6th quick, and Whitener will improve to 3rd quick at a 15.983. After 6, the top 4 is where you want to be to have a front row starting spot in the opening 2 heats of the night. It's Brandon Overton with the time to beat here in the 76 at a 15.294 over Tristan Chamberlain, Mark Whitener, and Clay Stuckey. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, in the Big Frog Motorsports, Viper Risk Management, Ocala Restaurant and Supply, New Point Lighting and Design, Dave's Towing, Longhorn Clements, number 58V, Dalton Wilson. In the 23, out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, the East End Roofing Company, Fred Caldwell Chevrolet, Mid-Atlantic Roofing Supply, WP Racing Shocks, Matt Mann Designs, Longhorn Clements, number 23, Beckham Malone. In the number 388, out of Ocala, Florida, the Quality Service Roofing, Triple Crown Trailers, Down to Earth Trailers, Fitz Factory, DWK Law Firm, Longhorn H&R, number 388, Jackson Heiss. Dalton Wilson, 7th quick, 16.412. Becca Malone, 5th quick, 16.053. Jackson Heiss, 7th quick, 16.341. Final lap for these 3 drivers. Dalton Wilson, 3rd quick, an improvement, 15.6. And then Dalton Wilson, 6th quick, 16.053, and Jackson Heiss will go faster, 8th quick at a 16.159. Top 4 is still Brandon Overton, Tristan Chamberlain, Dalton Wilson, Mark Whitener. Up next, the number 81 at a College Grove, Tennessee, should be Jason Riggs, but I don't see Jason Riggs back there, so it's going to be the 79 of Corey Hedgecock Remember, Riggs was in the wall in hot laps, so we'll go with the 79, Corey Hitchcock out of Loudon, Tennessee. The Longhorn Eagle, Hicks Racing, H&H Auto Sales, Swift, Spring, Sunoco, VG Performance, Bilstein, Cullen signed number 79, and the number 11, Alan Stick out of Americus, Georgia. The Longhorn Vic Hill Custom Performance, Simply Elegant Landscaping, Taylor Trucking Custom Collision Center, number 11 of Alan Stick, and last night's feature winner out of Martinsville, Indiana, and the K&L Rumley Enterprise, D&E Marine, Rumley Engineering, Senior Life Insurance, Olins by Longhorn Dynamics, Mesilla Valley Transportation, number 6, Hudson O'Neill. Hedgecock 10th quick, 16.542. Alan Stick will go 4th quick, 15.934. Here comes Hudson O'Neill in that Longhorn Cornet. He'll go 4th quick, 15.703. Corey Hedgecock will cross the line. He will go faster, 12th quick at a 16.509. Alan Stick will go slower. He'll stay 5th quick with his opening lap of a 15.934. And Hudson O'Neill will cross the line slower, 17.296. First lap good enough for 4th quick at a 15.703. So no Jason Riggs in the 81. Up next, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania, and the Longhorn Durham All-American framer Brandon's Lawn and Landscape, Lovell Enterprise, Valvoline, Napa Auto Parts, Zarin Truck and Auto, number 1Z, it's Logan Zarin. In the number 40B, out of Brandon, Florida, and the Wayne Hammond-owned Michael Lloyd Hauling and Demolition, LTX Home Builders, Borchers Equipment, Race Car Engineering, Atomic Music Group, Multi-Fire Spark Plug Wires, Rocket Clements, number 40B, Kyle Bronson. Out of New Waverly, Texas, at the Best Performance Motorsports, Bulk Material Lift, First Class Septic, Coles County Speedway, Robert Speed Company, Paul Construction, Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors, Rocket Clements, number 1, Turbo, Tyler Erb. Here comes Logan Zarin. He'll go 5th quick, 15.860. Good opening lap for the Rookie of the Year contender. Here comes Bronson, 12th quick at a 16.169. Opening lap for Tyler Erb. He will go 10th quick, 16.072. Logan Zarin will not improve, but he'll stay 5th quick. That time slower by 3/1000th of a second. Pretty identical lap times. Kyle Bronson will improve, 8th quick, 16.001, and Tyler Erb will improve a position, 9th quick at a 16.006. It's still Brandon Overton with a time to beat here in Group A over Tristan Chamberlain, Dalton Wilson, and Hudson O'Neill. Next drivers getting ready to roll onto the speedway. You'll find the number 11R, Josh Rice, out of Verona, Kentucky, in the JRR Motor Sales, Glenwood Electric, JRR Trucking, MC Tank Transport, MGL Auto Sales, Longhorn Clements, number 11, and the 76 out of Renner, South Dakota, in the Western Provisions, Bargain Barn Tire Center, Asphalt Pros, Howe Plumbing, Heating and Cooling and Fire, Glanzer Trucking, Bargain Barn Motorsports, Longhorn Clements, number 76, Blair Nodorf. Out of Oakwood, Illinois, in the Low Voltage Solutions, Churchill Transportation, Cullen Brothers Towing, Rio Grande Waste Services, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Longhorn Vic Hill, number 32, Bobby Pierce. Opening lap for Josh Rice. He'll cross the line 15th quick, 16.467. Blair Nodorf will cross the line 17th quick, 16.629. Pierce will cross the line a 14th quick at a 16.314. Final lap here for Josh Rice in the 11R. Cross the line, go faster, 14th quick, 16.175. Nodorf will not improve. He'll stay 18th quick. The 32 of Pierce will cross the line, and he jumps up to 7th quick at his 15.948. 7th quick for Bobby Pierce. 3 drivers remain here in Group A. It's still Brandon Overton with a time to beat at a 15.294. Tristan Chamberlain 2nd, Dalton Wilson 3rd, Hudson O'Neill 4th. So far, the drivers in the front row of the first 2 heats, but 3 drivers left. We'll see if they can change that. Out of Rochester, Minnesota, in the Altenburg Construction, Paulson Rock Products, JNS Repair, JCB Equipment, Rochester Chevrolet 63 Club, Longhorn Pro Power, number 19, Dustin Sorensen. Out of Penton, Alabama, the Britton Motorsport, CTC Disaster Response, AAA General Contractors, J3 Investment Group, Andy's Towing, Team Zero Race Car Vic Hill, number T1, Todd Murrow. And no Cody Overton in the 97. Opening lap here for Dustin Sorensen. He'll go 16th quick, 16.220. Opening lap for Todd Murrow, 18th quick, 16.400. Dustin Sorensen trying to get back to where he was the opening night. A really good top 5. Sorensen will cross the line. He will go slower, 16.220. Of course, track slowing down here. And Todd Murrow just going to take 1 lap as he'll take it into the infield. So Brandon Overton will have the front row of heat race number 1 with a 58V at Dalton Wilson, then the 20TC at Tristan Chamberlain, and the 6 of Hudson O'Neill. Let's go downstairs to Ashton Smythe.
Second day in a row, Brandon Overton has gone quick time in his group. Lightning fast out there, but yesterday during that feature, you went backwards. What'd you learn from that feature yesterday to hopefully apply to these 50 laps tonight?
I guess we're just going through what not to do, so just got to get some confidence built back up. Obviously, we're confident in our qualifying and our heat racing. It's just the features are giving us a fit, so we get that figured out, we'll be fine. We just got to keep putting ourselves in position to win, and sooner or later we'll get one.
Brandon Overton goes quick time in his group, and we'll see what he does here in the feature.
We have some breaking news to report. Tristan Chamberlain went second quick. He did not pass the group after qualifying. So now it's going to be Brandon Overton sharing the front row with Hudson O'Neill, and Dalton Wilson sharing the front row with MD3. How about the rookies in the front row, heat race number 2? Wow, so Tristan Chamberlain docked 8 positions. That is the breaking news here out of this one after a good qualifying effort, second quick that time. All right, so cars will make their way to the back straightaway. We'll get ready for Group B qualifying. Brandon Overton was quickest here in Group A, 15.294 for the 76. Close to that track record, but just shy there. Track record 15.100, that time 15.294. Cars making their way off the back straightaway. Gives us a good opportunity to remind you we'll be back in 3 weeks, February 12th through the 14th, the final 3 nights of the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals here at Volusia Speedway Park. And then the next weekend at the Swamp Cabbage 100 at Hendry County Motorsports Park in Clewiston, Florida. First ever visit for the World of Outlaws late models down in Clewiston. The most southern point dirt track you can go to in the United States. Really excited to go down there in Hendry County Motorsports Park. Make plans to join us February 20th and 21st, practice night Thursday, February 19th. Group B getting ready to commence. Race fans, real quick, if you lost a set of keys, we have them at the Late Model Souvenir Trailer. Once again, if you lost a set of keys, we have them at the Late Model Souvenir Trailer. Grab your official merchandise while you're there. Group B, ready to rock and roll, led out by Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York, in the Dave Warren Power Sports, Corey Rubber Corporation, Exa Storage, JHI Hydraulics, One Rail, Longhorn Clements, number 9, and the 22-star Drake Troutman at Heidemann, Pennsylvania, and the GR Smith Motorsports Team 22 Incorporated, Victory Circle Auto Sales, Gambler Transport, Brickhouse Tavern, Lake House Wine Bar, number 22 star, and the 114 Jordan Kohler out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, the Kohler Motorsports Elite Ready Mix Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Capital Waste, Horizon Equipment Rentals, Coltman Farms, number 114. McCready kicks it off 15.713. Drake Troutman faster, 15.702. Jordan Kohler going to go third quick, 15.771. McCready for his final lap, he'll go slower, 15.8. First lap better, 15.713. Troutman also slower, 15.9. First lap better, 15.702. And Jordan Kohler also going to depend on lap number 1. That time a 10th slower. So all 3 drivers taking their first lap. Tim McCready second, Jordan Kohler third, and Drake Troutman will kick it off at a 15.702. In his sophomore season with the World of Outlaws out of Bakersfield, California, the ASD Motorsports, Jarrett Rifles, North Augusta Customs, XL Flooring, Taco John's, Brad Benton Trucking, BK Grading and Paving, Longhorn Clements, number 74X, Ethan Dotson. Out of Centerville, Pennsylvania, and the Longhorn Clements Centerline Motorsports, Riggs Fiber, Murphy's Logging, Willie's World, C&J Dairy, Creekside Auto Sales, number 111, it's Max Blair. Out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania, in the Dave Warren Power Sports, nice by Jamestown, Canna, Rubber Corporation, Corey Rubber Corporation, Exa Storage, JHI Hydraulics, Longhorn Clements, number 99B, Boom Briggs. Ethan Dotson, fourth quick, 15.833. The 111 of Max Blair, fifth quick, 16.099. Boom Briggs 6th quick, 16.254. Dotson will keep lap number 1. Max Blair 5th quick, 15.961. Boom Briggs slower as well. He'll go 6th quick, 16.254. Drake Troutman still with the time to beat here at a 15.702. Tim McCready 2nd, Jordan Kohler 3rd, Ethan Dotson in 4th. Up next should be Glenn Stiers, but I don't see his... No, there he is right there. Glenn Stiers joins us out of Ohsweken, Ontario, Canada. In the Glenn Stiers Racing, Ohsweken Speedway, Chantarelli Promotions, the QR code Genie Longhorn Cornet number 0, and right behind him out of Carpentersville, Illinois, the McBride Mac, Vomac Truck Sales, 5-Star Race Car Bodies, Fox Shocks, Riverton Party Store, Kaiser Manufacturing, Rocket Clements, number 28, Dennis Erb Jr. Out of New Berlin, Illinois, in the Rocket Durham, Valvoline, Soyber Camp Ranches, Franklin Enterprise, Petroff Towing, Fox Shocks, Ace Metalworks, Gunners Honey, number 1, Brandon Shepard. Glenn Stiers, 7th quick, 17.494. Dennis Erb Jr. to the top of the charts goes Dennis, 15.552 for Dennis Erb Jr. Brandon Shepard, 4th quick, 15.719. Dennis Erb, can he go faster? Here comes Stiers, he'll go faster, 9th quick, 17.469. Dennis Erb Jr. doesn't go faster, but laid down a good one on his opening lap to the top of the charts, and Shepard will go slower that time. 15.820, first lap better, 15.719 to go 4th quick, but a new time to beat here in Group B. Dennis Erb Jr., 15.552 for Dennis Erb. Up next at Chickamauga, Georgia, the Risco, Fox Shocks, AAA General Contractors, Clot Synthetics, Comedic Gasket, Northeastern Fabrication, Team Zero Clements, number 17M, the Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell. In the Kohler Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Knights Company, Sunoco Racefields, Coltman Farms, Longhorn Clements, number 20 RT, it's Ricky Thornton Jr. Out of Lake Alamo, Minnesota, the Land of Pressure Washers, Fuel Factory, Henco Corporation, T-Pec, The Real Cafe, TS Warehouse, Longhorn Vic Hill, number B1, the B1 Bomber, Brent Larson. Time to beat, 15.552. Here comes Thornton, 5th quick, 15.759 for RTJ. Brent Larson, 7th quick, 15.803. Dale McDowell faster, 5th quick, 15.728. Ricky Thornton Jr. will go slower, 6th quick for RTJ. And checker flag is out for Brent Larson, 5th quick for Larson, 15.725 for the B1 of Brent Larson. Dennis Erb Jr. still atop of the charts here in World of Outlaws qualifying Group B over Drake Troutman, Tim McCready, and Brandon Shepard. So far, your 4 front row starting spots in the final 2 heats of the night. Up next, a pair of top 10s for this driver to Mooresville, North Carolina, and the G-Style Transport, Cat Industries, WL Marion Plumbing, Donaldson Grading, Girovitz Motorsports Shock Service, AK Race Car, Clements Powered, number 8, Kyle Strickler. Out of Marshalltown, Iowa, the Cooney Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Custom Fabricating and Repair, Carl Chevrolet, Allen Seamless Gutters, Murdy Farms Infinity, Vic Hill, J. Dickens, number 19R, the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Out of Clinton, Tennessee, the Advanced Transportation, Kaiser Manufacturing, Lowe's Toes, Capital, Vic Hill, number 11, Stacy Bowles. Strickler gonna go across the line. We will get those times to you here shortly. Up next at Mooresville, North Carolina, the Tide Touring, NOS Energy Drink, C&W Trucking, Lone Wolf Petroleum, Holdren Construction, Remtech Industries, Longhorn Clemens Durham, number 9 of Nick Hoffman. Out of Great Court, South Carolina, the Infinity House Car, Clements Powered, Wells Motorsports, Millwood Plumbing, Henderson Amusement, Convenient Lube, Stack Products, VP Racing Fuels, Hardison Suspension Technologies, number 44, Chris Madden. In the 09, out of Sun River, Montana, the Dust Pods, Willow Ranch, Rowdy, Mood, Hat Company, Longhorn Dynamics, number 09, Michael Leach. Michael Leach, 15th quick, 16.368 for the 09. Nick Hoffman will cross the line, 12th quick, 15.989. Chris Madden, second quick, 15.579, second quick. And final go around for Michael Leach, 16th quick. Just want to update you on the last three. So we had Strickler, Gustin, and Bowles. Gustin was third quick. Strickler was 14th quick, and Stacy Bowles was 17th quick. There's the update on that. As we get ready for the next two to roll onto the Speedway, 4 left. We'll break them into 2 pairs to make it even. Out of Clewiston, Florida, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender. In the Longhorn Eagle, Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing Performance, Napa Total Claim Source, 7 Peaks Steel, Michael Johnson Productions, number 55E, it's Eli Johnson. Now in his sophomore year with the Outlaws out of Winona, Minnesota. The Gorilla Mill, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Oak Ridge Fabrication, Horman's HVAC, On Demand Shirts, Rush Race Gear by Austin Witt, Stone Machinery, Willie's Carbon Dyno Shop, Swift Springs, Longhorn Cornet, number 49, Jake Tim. The 55E of Eli Johnson, 17th quick, 16.643. 49 of Jake Tim, 19th quick, 16.819. Dennis Erb Jr. still with a time to beat at a 15.552 over Madden, Gustin, Troutman. Johnson will cross the line slower. He'll stay 17th at a 16.643. The 49 of Jake Tim will cross the line faster, 17th quick at a 16.503. Just 2 qualifiers to go here in Group B. It's Dennis Erb Jr., Chris Madden, Ryan Gustin, Drake Troutman, Tim McCready, Brendan Shepard, Brent Larson, Dale McDowell, Ricky Thornton Jr., and Jordan Kohler, the top 10. Final 2, joining us out of Dawsonville, Georgia, the Coltman Farms Racing, MPM Marketing, Bilstein Shocks, LT Service, Special Needs School of Gwinnett, Autism Awareness, number 7M, Donald McIntosh. Out of Oil City, Pennsylvania, the Virgil Iron and Steel, R&R Enterprise, Eagle Hoist and Winch, Close Racing Supply, WinchRental.com, E&K Equipment, Longhorn Pro Power number 24, Tyler Wyatt. McIntosh will cross the line in the number 7. As well as Wyatt in the 24. We'll get you those times as soon as we can here. No change in the top 4. I can report to you that. So your front row for heat race number 3 will be Dennis Erb Jr., Ryan Gustin, then Chris Madden, and Drake Troutman in the front row for the final heat of the night. Let's go downstairs to Ashton Smythe.
A very up and down weekend so far for Dennis Erb Jr., but fastest in this group right here. Dennis, you've had a decent weekend. How do you plan to make it a little bit better and hopefully end on the podium by the end of the week?
I didn't hear nothing you said. What was that?
How do you plan to, better your weekend here this evening and hopefully end up on the podium tonight?
Just being able to start up front here tonight, that's a good start for us. And our car's been pretty good all weekend, so hopefully just make the right adjustments and maybe pick up a win here tonight.
Dennis Erb Jr. hoping to end out the weekend with a win here at Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals.
Thank you very much, Ashton. Your quick time overall here this evening goes to Brandon Overton, 15.294. That's going to do it for qualifying here from the Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals. For everyone watching around the world on DIRTVision, we're going to step aside and be right back from Volusia Speedway Park.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
March 1st and 2nd, World of Outlaws Bike Week Jamboree at Volusia Speedway Park. Get your tickets today at worldofoutlaws.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
At Kaiser Manufacturing, our commitment to engineering and developing new products is reflected in the wide range of fabricated items we produce for the manufacturing and retail industries. From simple to complex fabrication, we can do that. We have a full team of engineers ready to take your concept from prototype to full production. Call us for a quote today to see your next idea brought to life. Kaiser Manufacturing, proud to be Michigan made.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looks so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
It rose from humble beginnings in the Valley of the Sun. A sprint car racer saw the need for racing shirts. And now, the vision of Carl Korbacher has resulted in Arizona Sport Shirts helping racers across America spread their message. For the best custom designed shirts, hoodies, caps, koozies, and much more, go to ArizonaSportShirts.com. Be part of history. Arizona Sport Shirts, the original racing shirt.
Welcome back to Volusia Speedway Park for the finale of the Dirt Cars Sunshine Nationals. If you're barely joining us here in the grandstands, thank you so much. If you're barely turning on DIRTVision, wherever you may be watching from, welcome on in. Brandon Overton just earned his 15th career quick time, tying Jonathan Davenport for the 14th most quick times in World of Outlaws history. Ready for opening ceremonies? Let's send it downstairs to Ashton Smythe.
Thanks so much, Ruben. One last piece of business to take care of before we kick off racing action here, but wanted to send a big welcome to all of our Be an Outlaw members in attendance here at Volusia Speedway Park. But I ask that if you are able, please rise and remove your hats. And here to give tonight's invocation from Racing with Jesus Ministries, Mr. Tim Stout.
Ready? If you would, remove your head cover as we pray. Lord Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for this great weather. Thank you for the safety you gave fans, drivers, and crew members to make it here. Father, I pray we have a good night of competition, and as we leave, may you keep your hand of protection and safety upon us until we return home. And Father, I pray tomorrow morning everyone wakes up, goes to a church of their choosing, and worships Jesus Christ and Him crucified. And we pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Tim, and please remain standing as we honor our great nation. And here to sing tonight's national anthem, Mr. Scott Brumfield.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Scott and Tim. Race fans, take your seats. And up next on the program, 602 Late Model Last Chance Showdowns. Thank you, guys.
Up first, the 602 Late Model Last Chance Showdown. Gentlemen, Cody, we heard your format in the pre-race. Bob, we have yours as well. Obviously for us, 4 heat races, top 4 transfer. We'll lock in 16 from the heats, 2 last chance showdowns, and then our 50 lap, $1,500 to start feature, $20,000 to win. Cody, your format one more time.
Yeah, we'll have 4 Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet B mains. Only the top 2 will transfer, but thanks to the folks here at Volusia Speedway Park, 105 total cars. They have added a non-qualifier, so everybody that finishes 3rd through 6th in those 4 non-qualifiers are going to get a chance to come back and race for a little extra money. That way some of those folks will have a chance to take some money home. Obviously, everybody outside of the top 6 in these last chance races will go home. That is 60 cars will go home today without getting a chance to race in some kind of feature. But still, thanks to Volusia Speedway Park for giving these drivers a chance to at least have a non-qualifier race.
And Bob, format for the 602s here this afternoon.
Yes, Ruben, as you can see, race fans lined up down there on pit road will be the first of 2 last chance showdowns for the 602 late models. We will take 4 cars out of each one of these LCSs. We already have 20 of them qualified for tonight's A main, and just like the 604s, 5th through 10th place will qualify for the non-qualifiers race in both of these races. So it's going to be a great night. 602 late models have done an outstanding job here this weekend, and excited to kick off the final night here of Sunshine Nationals.
And you know who else has really done a good job as well? These track prep guys. Look at them. They're rolling out the surface. One final touch here, Bob, before your last chance showdowns.
Well, you know, technically we gave them a day off on Thursday. They didn't have to do no track prep at all. Once they got this track ready, it was so good we didn't have to do anything else. So
yeah, and you know, Ruben, and we've all talked about how great this facility is and how great this track is. And you know, the thing that really is close to my heart is the guys that are out there in those Packers right now are the guys that are here all year long. They do it every Saturday night that we race here. And they really, I mean, we have such a great family here at Volusia Speedway Park. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is. Hey, real quick, guys, earlier today, Cody Overton didn't come out for qualifying. Ashton Smythe doing a great job of getting an update. Ashton, downstairs to you.
Oil filter issue for the 97, but it is fixed now, and he will tag on to the tail end of his heat race, Ruben.
All right, thank you very much, Ashton. There's the update on the 97 to Cody Overton. Unfortunately, Cody Overton missed his group, so therefore, under World of Outlaw rules, he will go to the tail of the heat race. So he'll be in the back of heat race number 2 here for the World of Outlaws late models. Bob, looks like they're just going to roll it in a little bit more. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I know you have a big lineup in front of you. Go ahead and take it away, my friend. 602's coming up.
There you go. Yep. So the 602 LCS number 1 will be the first feature, or the first LCS out here tonight. So while we got a moment, while the Packers are going on, we'll give you the starting lineup. Starting on the pole out of Phoenix City, Alabama, driving the 11 RLB, Hunter Robbins. On the outside of the front row from Ruskin, Florida, driving car number 53, Brandon Yates. On the inside of row number 2 out of Miami, Florida, driving the 27 will be Tim Ryan. Jack Mills out of Griffin, Georgia, in the 32 will go off 4th. Dustin Rollins out of Kentucky in the 88 will roll off 5th, with David Showers Sr. out of St. Augustine, Florida, in the 1A, starting 6th. Scheduled to start 7th and out of Palm Bay, Florida, 1J of Jason Papp. Starting in the A spot out of Braxton, Mississippi, driving car number 25 will be Brandon Lunsford. Brennan Shirley out of Rainbow City, Alabama, in a 111, scheduled to go off 9th, with Zach Owens out of Pearl, Mississippi, in the number 8 car, starting 10th. Brad Kitchen out of Brunswick, Georgia, in the 11S, starts 11th, with Katie Hunkapiller out of Douglas, Georgia, in the 23H, starting in the 12th spot. Cody Jett out of Middleburg, Florida, in the 86, goes off 13th. Troy Kidd out of East Palatka, Florida, in the 44K, goes off 14th, with Devin Watley out of Florence, Mississippi, in the C4, starting 15th. Starting in the 16th spot will be Davey Klein out of St. Augustine, Florida, in the 71C. And Anaya Humphreys out of St. Augustine, Florida, in the 1, scheduled to go off 17th. Kerry King out of Delmar, Delaware, in the KB, will go 18th. Marty Massey out of Douglasville, Georgia, in the 15, 19th. And Harley Hughes out of Silver Springs in the 51HH, scheduled to start shotgun on the field. So we have had some of these cars pack up and go home. As everybody knows, there's a pretty bad storm that's making its way to the southeast. So what we will do, I understand Hunter Robbins out of Phoenix City, Alabama, they have loaded up and gone home. So we're going to move the rows straight up. So that would put Tim Ryan out of Miami, Florida, on the pole. And you can see his number 27 machine sitting down there on pit road. So he will start on the pole here tonight. Jason Papp, folks, if you were here last night or you were out there watching on DIRTVision, you saw that incident over there in turn number 1. Talked to Jason last night. He basically destroyed that orange number 1 machine, so he's out. So we'll move the 111 of Brennan Shirley up a row. And Anaya Humphreys, I understand, also is a scratch. Anaya was scheduled to start in the 17th spot. So just a couple of more moments and we'll get the Packers off the track and we will kick off the first LCS. Again, the top 20 are locked in. And this is the way it's going to work. We're going to do a redraw on the stage for the first 6 that in points for the 602 late models. That will take place a little bit later on. Positions 7 through 12 have already done their redraw. They did it at the Crate Racing USA trailer. So what basically the redraw is, folks, is the top 6 drivers are going to pull a pill, and that will determine the starting lineup for the feature event here tonight. And oh, by the way, it's a 20-lap feature paying $3,000 to win. So it's a big payday here at Volusia Speedway Park for the 602 late models. So again, we'll get a couple extra machines on there, do some final track prep. As again, these guys have this facility. The racetrack has just been phenomenal all weekend long here. We practiced on Wednesday night. And last year at this time, we had 175 late models on the property. This year, 210 total late models at Volusia Speedway Park. How many are we going to get next year? Who knows? And folks, for you folks in the grandstands, take a look at that DIRTVision Jumbotron there in the infield. Look at the parking out there. And from all of us here at Volusia and World Racing Group, a huge thank you for you fans coming out and joining us live here. And, of course, you great fans out there on DIRTVision. Look at that parking area.
Yeah, Bob, is that your car way back there?
That's my car way back there.
I thought so.
I might as well walk home. It'll take me that long to get to my car. So, Ruben, you know, you got to enjoy some of this great weather that we've had here in Florida. And I know with Cody also, he's going to have to go back to the cold one of these days. And it's like, guys, man.
You just had to remind him.
I had to remind him of that. But anyway, like Ruben said earlier, next week, next Thursday, we kick off the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals here at Volusia with the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds. And it's, 15 nights of racing coming up yet in the month of, finishing out the month of January. And we race right up till February the 14th. That'll be the curtain closer for the annual Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. A lot of excitement here at Volusia.
Yeah, definitely. And support our sister series, American Sprint Car Series, coming in next weekend. That is going to be a fantastic show. I grew up watching ASCS down in New Mexico and Texas. A lot of fun racing, and they're going to put on a show next weekend. Of course, watch every lap live on DIRTVision of ASCS as well all year long. Also, the World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series here in 2 weeks, along with the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds, the Ironman of the Dirt Car Nationals. and then followed by Late Model Week. Bob will be here for the Dirt Car Late Models and the World of Outlaw Late Models here in 3 weeks.
And don't forget, one of my favorites, the big block modified.
Yes, the ground pounding, earth shaking, right?
Exactly. I love the big blocks.
Yep, that's going to be a lot of fun. And if you can't make it, again, every lap live on DIRTVision, home to the greatest shows on dirt.
Yep. So when we get rolling here, the driver that's going to start on the outside of the front row in this first LCS, Brandon Yates out of Ruskin, Florida, got a feature win here in 2025 in that 602 late model and was right there. He might have been a point ahead or a point behind of Jason Garver on the last night of racing here. So Brandon is our second place finisher for the 2025 points here at Volusia Speedway Park. He's had a great year, and he'd love to put that 602 into the feature, which will be run a little bit later on this evening. Again, we're going to take 4 out of each LCS and transfer those 8 drivers to the big dance. We're going to start 28 cars. That's going to be exciting. And it looks like once they get that back gate closed, race control's probably going to send the 602 late models out.
And of course, Bob, earlier in hot laps, the 81 of Jason Riggs hit the wall here in turn number 1. They're just attending to that fence real quick. Of course, safety to our fans, crews, drivers is our priority here at World Racing Group. And the officials just wanted to take one more look at that fence there in turn number 1 just to make sure it is okay. And again, hats off to our safety team, all our officials here. I know we have American Sprint Car Series officials helping us out this weekend, our Dirt Car officials, our Volusia Speedway Park officials, World of Outlaw NOS Engineering Sprint Car Series officials, believe in the safety truck there. So they wanted to take one more look at that, make sure all that's good, and it looks like it's all good to go.
It looks like we are about ready. And again, folks, in case I didn't mention it, each one of these last chance showdowns will be 10 laps or 10 minutes. Hopefully we'll get the 10 laps in, as down there on pit road, looks like we're about ready to roll. One more trip around with the Packer. That's Big Daddy on that Packer. Everybody getting a little anxious. You know, like Cody said, the last couple of nights, there's only 20 guys in the 602 division and the 604 division that had a good night's sleep last night. Everybody else has got to come through the LCS to get to the A main here tonight. And I know Cody's feature, that 604 race, is going to pay $10,000 to win. And like you said, Cody, a lot of guys didn't sleep last night.
Yeah, and just looking at the top 16 alone, we were talking last night, of course, officials, series officials, we were sitting there trying to figure out who we thought might be able to be ahead in that, and we really couldn't nail down and pick a favorite, which to me as a race fan, that's going to excite me, because anybody in the top 16 in that 604 feature could possibly leave here with 10 grand.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're getting ever so close. Rolling out. Row number 1 will be Tim Ryan and Brandon Yates. As we said a little bit earlier, Hunter Robbins is a scratch. And that Packer has left the race surface. Closing the back gate. We're just probably seconds away now. Once again, Michael Stewart in charge of traffic here for Sunshine Nationals. He's our regular flagman during the regular season here at Volusia Speedway Park. Does an outstanding job up there on the flag stand. And, you know, I've been on that flag stand a couple times. That's a job I would not want to have. So hats off to all you flagmen out there listening throughout the country. That's a pretty tough job. Yeah, you got a great view, but I'd rather be up here in the tower. All right, here we go. LCS number 1. We're going to go 10 laps for the 602 late models, top 4, going to the big dance. Here we go. Good field of cars. Some did leave. Had a few cars that got tore up pretty bad last night, Jason Papp being one of them. So they got a little work to do before opening weekend here at Volusia, which is in March. They'll get another one. And we'll let let these guys go around another lap. Gosh, running into daylight, it seems like the middle of this. Oh, that's not a good sign. We lost the wheel already, and we didn't even get to the green flag. That was the 23 car, I think, sitting over there in turn number 1. Not a good way to start. Maybe they can find 5 lug nuts, put that thing back on. Now, I believe, Cody, you might be able to help me here. That's the 3rd wheel, or maybe 4th, that hasn't made it.
Well, he didn't quite. I was going to say he didn't quite get even partially up
on the
full speed.
DIRTVision replay here. I'm sorry to interrupt. No, it didn't.
I was going to say it passed the start-finish line before he did, but it didn't. So
yeah. So that's what the third.
Did you see it sneak by your flag man?
No, I didn't.
He just
did it really?
Just barely snuck by.
So yeah, this is kind of like is it 3rd or 4th? I
feel like the 3rd.
It's definitely at least the 3rd.
His wasn't up to full speed, thank goodness.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like after the first 2, I would think those pit crews would say, now, did you tighten up all them lug nuts?
Remember what we said yesterday? You had one job to do.
That's one job to do. And ironically, it's been the left front just about every time, I think.
Well, if you're going to lose one, that's
right.
the one
That's
you
the
want
one
to
to
lose.
lose.
Out of the other 3, that's the one you want to lose.
Yeah, so definitely that one is not going to make the A main here tonight. Looks like they're going to back that one into the pit area so we can get this one underway. So tough one for Cade Hunkapiller there out of Douglas, Georgia. Is, you know what? Well, I don't see the crew there with a impact gun and 5 lug nuts.
I wouldn't show up either after it fell off.
You're right, Cody.
I would hide too.
You're absolutely right. All right, that beautiful Volusia Speedway Park pace car out there for the first LCS. And believe it or not, we will get this race started here sooner or later. Hopefully nothing else falls off any of these race cars. As attrition rate is 1 already. We haven't even got to the 1 to go yet. But there it is, Michael Stewart putting that white flag out there. That means one thing, race fans. We're going racing here at Volusia Speedway Park. The final night of the 7th annual Sunshine Nationals in beautiful, sunny Florida. All right, Tim Ryan got a little bit of a gift earlier, that in the way of Hunter Robbins heading back to Alabama. That's going to put Tim Ryan on the pole. Again, Brandon Yates on the outside of row number 1. We're going to go 10 laps. 6:02, last chance showdown number 1. Here we go. And that doesn't look good. That's what we call a lazy green. And we are under yellows. So basically, not good. So when the flagman takes that flag and waves it ever so slow, we call that a lazy green. The flagman starts the race on the initial green flag. Obviously, somebody didn't do something right. So this is take 2. He's going to get another chance. And much better. A green flag down the front straight. Here we go. Brandon Yates on the outside trying to take over that number 1 spot. Yates going to squeeze a little bit. Elbows will be out in this one. The 10 laps to get into the big show. Brandon Yates going to lead him down the back straightaway. Off for turn number 4. Looks like Brandon Yates going to be your race leader. Got a good run going so far. Yates is your leader to 27 of Tim Ryan in the 2nd spot. Out of that transfer spot. Remember, you got to be in the top 4 to go to the big dance. Right now, sitting in the 3rd spot is David Showers Sr. We call him Big Chief here at Volusia Speedway Park. Right now, he's in 3rd. Battle for that final spot. The chicken winging going on here for turn number 4. We're under yellow. Well, that incident off of turn number 4 was after the yellow. That could have been ugly between the 25 machine and the 88. So that's the 8 car sitting off of turn number 2 there. That's Zach Owens out of Pearl, Mississippi, as he brings out the race's first yellow flag. So it'll be a Delaware double file restart here with Brandon Yates going to be the race leader when we go back green flag racing. Brandon at a Ruskin Florida at Rocket Chassis, Hendren Engine, RCP American, All Pro Gas, Alliance by Candice Keeley, White Racing, Northern Tools, Rule King, Big Drip Energy, number 53 of our own Brandon Yates. And safety crews tending to the number 8 machine of Zach Owens over there in turn number 2. Looks like we're going to have to put him on a hook. I did not see that incident take place over there. Obviously not good. The 23. Oh, yeah. So the 23 with a new left front. Don't know if they made it. Let me look here. If they made it out and they're still on the lead lap. They haven't been scored in the lead lap, so I don't know. We do have one in the books. So I don't think that'll be good news for the number 23 with that left front tire back on. Pretty hard to make up a lap and pass all those cars in 10 laps. So safety crews over there in turn number 2. Got the number 8 on the hook. That's going to end his Sunshine Nationals. Going to make that trip back to Pearl, Mississippi. So the 27 car right now, Tim Ryan sits in the 2nd spot. Then it'll be Jack Mills and David Showers Sr. Those are the top 4 right now. If the race ended, of course, we're only 10% into this race, they would go to the A main. All right. Michael Stewart looking him over. Brandon Yates ready to hit that loud pedal off of turn number 4. Here we go. 602's back under green. Down the front straightaway. Yates got some company. Tim Ryan trying to flex his muscle. Not going to happen as they work off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Challenge for that number 4 spot. We got another one. No way. No way. The car that lost the left front before the race started just lost the right rear. How does that happen? I would not want to be part of that pit crew. Wow. I hope the steering wheel's on tight. My goodness. All right, Cody, you got to have a comment there, buddy.
Now, you
right,
have to have that one. That's one of the ones you have to be able to compete.
Exactly. My goodness, I don't know.
Should we check the others?
Yeah, should we?
At this point,
I think
no.
they're done. Ruben, have you ever seen that in all your years?
You know, I've seen the mistake done, obviously, but not 2 times in a row, you know, back to back. Yeah.
And we got 1 lap complete. And they don't even have a lap complete because they were.
Well, they've only got technically two lives left. They've already lost 2 of them. I mean, I don't even know what you would be thinking at that point in the cockpit.
I mean, I know it's a 602, but you still need 4 tires.
Exactly. And like Cody said, that's a pretty important one, that right rear. Oh, my. I feel really bad for that crew right now. I mean,
it happens.
It's tough.
And, you know, it is tough. And, you know, hot laps, 4 p.m. Eastern, these guys are first on the track. You know, the nerves are high, right? You're in a last chance showdown. You have to get in. And let's be honest, guys, these days are long. You know what I mean? Not just for us, but these guys have so much work to do, from washing the car, things like that. And, you know, sometimes a simple little task like that. Heck, I make mistakes all the time, you know what I mean? And little things like that are easy to make sometimes.
The studs are still there, so that tells me the 5 components that go on them might not have been there. Or they might not have been tight.
Yeah. Wow.
Man.
That's terrible. Uh-oh. Now they... Oh, no.
At this point, I would be...
Yeah.
I'd be done. Whew.
We didn't see that. So we're going to tow the 23 machine into the pit area. And they actually did a song about that many years ago.
It was the sequel to the Kenny Rogers hit, wasn't it?
Yep.
Even the front, even the
Instead
nose of that
loose
race.
wheel.
I was about to say the nose is about to fall off too.
It's too early in the day for me to be singing, so
Yeah,
I'll
you don't
leave
want us
that
to sing.
Ruben, you or Bob can do that
Ruben,
one.
Oh no,
Ruben,
listen.
Cody, and Bob do not sing, by the way.
This is why I play an instrument. I
There you go.
don't sing.
All right, well, we're going to try this again. Unfortunately, we're like 7 minutes into this, and we got one lap in the books. I hope we can give a little cushion here and let them run a few laps anyway before the time limit comes up. All right, we're going to try it again. Brandon Yates, Tim Ryan, Jack Mills, David Showers Sr. Right now, your top 4. And like I said, we're going to try it again. You can see 602 Late Model Last Chance Showdown number 2 anxiously awaiting down there on pit road. They'll be up next. I'm sure there's some crew members out there checking the lug nuts, making sure all their lug nuts are tight before they go out there. All right, here we go. Michael Stewart looking them over. Brandon Yates going to hit that loud pedal off of turn number 4. We're back underway. LCS number 1 for the 602s. Down the front straightaway we go. Yates going to lead them once again. They're kind of like single file. Showers lost that final transfer spot as they work off of 4. They're looking to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. As they work through 3 and 4, it's still Brandon Yates, your race leader. What a battle for that final transfer spot. As they come off of turn number 4, Yates, Ryan Mills, and Brandon Lunsford right now in that 25 car has got it. Showers wants it off of 2 down the back straightaway. Right now, put Big Chief back in that 4 spot as they're side by side going into 3. Working it off of turn number 4 for lap number 3. It's still Brandon Yates. What a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're 3 wide going into 1. Showers on the high side, going to try to stick his nose in the middle. Showers with a good run off. Turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brandon Lunsford right now in the 3rd spot as we're working it off of turn number 4, lap number 4 in the books. And we're got the elbows out definitely in this one right now. The top 4 kind of settled down a little bit. Showers off the pace. Big Chief had a good run, something to miss on that 1 car, and that's going to ring out a yellow flag, I'm sure, as we got Showers barely rolling down the back straightaway. We're under yellow. So a big turn of events right there in the top 4. It's still Brandon Yates, your leader, Tim Ryan in 2nd. Brandon Lunsford in the 25 running 3rd. And right now in that final transfer spot will be the Dustin Rollins machine in the number 88. So tough break for a couple of the heavy hitters. That right rear flat tire for Showers. As you can see, he's bringing it in the pit area to the number 32 machine, also in the pit area. That was Jack Mills. Jack started on the outside of the front row. Showers, tough break, had the right rear go down. There was a lot of elbows up out there, a lot of contact. They were running 3 and 4 wide, and obviously the right rear got cut down on that Jim Cryer Motorsports number 1A, driven by David Showers Sr. So that crew got the bad one off. They're going to put the good one on. And we'll probably give them a lap here to get that tire changed. So Aaron Cryer helping out there, changing that right rear. Again, that's the Action Graphics, Benny's Racing Equipment, Alan Plumbing, number 1A of David Showers Sr. 5 down, 5 to go. We're halfway, top 4 going to the big dance. About got the right rear. Now, is there a shot that that driver can make it past 2, 4, 6, 7 cars? Yeah. But I'm afraid if we have another yellow, it might be the last one. All right, here we go. Lights going off. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, we're going to get the 1 to go this time by. We'll give him 1 more lap. And it will be, it looks like a single file restart from here on out. So, Brandon Yates, Tim Ryan. So once again, it's Brandon Yates going to take the green. Here we go. Brandon Yates ready to hit that loud pedal off. A turn number 4 down the front straightaway we go. 5 down, 5 to go. The number 20 machine right there in that number 2 spot. Took a peek to the inside. Nothing there. He's got the 25 machine to Brandon Lunsford there right on the back bumper for a while. Now equal distance between 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th as we're working lap number 6. Off of turn number 2. Still Brandon Yates, your race leader. Going to be 4 to go. This time by, it'll be 3 laps to go. Off of turn number 4. 3 to go, and LCS number 1, Showers, trying to make his way back through the pack, as it's going to be 2 to go the next time by. Top 4 kind of settled in right now. Dustin Rollins will be the final one to make the show. 2 to go, 1 more mile, and we'll have 4 more cars in the LCS to the A main. Brandon Yates looking stout out of Ruskin, Florida, that number 53 machine. Brandon gonna see the white flag this time by, off of turn number 4. 1 more to go for Brandon. Final time off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brandon Yates looks like he's gonna go to the big dance. The 27 machine, Tim Ryan, Brandon Lunsford, Dustin Rollins also look like they're gonna make it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Brandon Yates, your first 602 LCS winner here tonight. He takes home the top prize. So it'll be Yates, Ryan, Lunsford, Rollins in to the big dance. So good race for those guys. We did get all 10 laps in, which is good. Again, Brandon Yates out of Ruskin, Florida, that Rocket Chassis, Hendren Engine, RCP America, All Pro Gas, Alliance by Candice Keeley, White Racing, Northern Tools, Rule King, Big Drip Energy, number 53. Brandon Yates, your LCS number 1 winner. We're going to roll right into LCS number 2 for the 602 late models. Here's your starting lineup. Starting on a pole, out of Culver, Georgia, driving the KO will be Kaylin Kettle. On the outside of the front road, from Hope Mills, North Carolina, driving the 17B is Timmy Blackwell. Jeff Queen out of Cross Hills, South Carolina, in the 28B will start 3rd, with Austin Lehman out of Lithia, Florida, in the 28 starting 4th. Bart Studdard out of Winfield, Alabama, in the 11 will go off 5th, with Morgan Johnson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, in the M1 starting 6th. Cody Cook out of Crestview, Florida, in the number 20 starts 7th, and Carly Bennett out of Waycross, Georgia, in the number 10 car starting 8th. Devin Rooks in the number 13 car will start 9th. And starting in the 12th spot out of Winfield, Alabama, driving the F-17 will be Johnny Fawcett. Mason Musso out of DeLand, Florida, in a 21M starts 13th. Tim Holston out of Wesley Chapel, Florida, in a 51H goes off 14th. Braxton Fawcett out of Winfield, Alabama, in a B-17 15th. Brody Yarborough out of Paducah, Kentucky, in the 48 starts 16th. Kyle Courtney out of Knoxville, Tennessee, in the 55 goes off 17th. Sam Oakley out of Knoxville, Tennessee, in the 19 starts 18th. And Lane Smith out of Middleburg, Florida, in the number 37 starts 19th. All right, so LCS number 2 on the racetrack. And it looks like we're going to go one more lap here. And attention in the grandstand area. Megan Cassidy, you need to go back to the ice cream trailer. Megan Cassidy, you need to go back to the ice cream trailer. All right, looks like we're about ready to rock and roll LCS number 2. Again, we're going to go 10 laps, top 4, going to the A main a little bit later on tonight. And then, of course, we're going to have a last chance qualifier for some of the drivers who finish 5th through 10th. All right, here we go. Once again, Michael Stewart looking them over. All right, green flag is in the air. A little bit of throwing the elbows out right there at the green between the 28 and the 17 as we sail it off into 1. Off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for the first time. It's going to be the number 17 machine of Timmy Blackwell, your race leader, off of turn number 4. Running in the second spot, the 28, Jeff Queen. Right now, battle for that final transfer spot as they work it through 1 and 2. Got 1 going up in smoke, a lot of fluid put down there going into turn 1. 1 is up in smoke. That's the number 17 machine. And it looks like the 17 of Johnny Fawcett went up in smoke. You can see all the moisture down there right in the middle of turn 1 and 2. Well, that motor is done. So we do have 1 lap in the books. As we'll get the lineup right and see if there's anything down there. Safety crews maybe looking at 1 and 2. So Timmy Blackwell going to be your early race leader, 28 car running in the second spot. Well, that would be Jeff Queen and then Austin Lehman in third. Then you got the 1 car right there, Morgan Johnson, the young lady out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, trying to make the big dance here at Volusia. It looks like the lineup is good. We're going to double them up here. So once again, it'll be Timmy Blackwell at the point, pair of 28, second and third. That would be Jeff Queen and Austin Lehman. And then you got the 1 machine of Morgan Johnson on the inside of row number 3 in the 4th spot. Here we go. All right, green flag back in the air down the front straightaway. Only the top 4 are going. Battle for 4th. What about that number 20 car now throwing it in the mix? That's the Cody Cook machine. Cook on the outside, not going to quite take over that 4th spot as we sail off into turn 3 and 4. Timmy Blackwell going to lead him off at turn number 4 down the front straightaway, stretching it out already to pair of 28s. That would be Jeff Queen and Austin Lehman. Queen and Lehman right there in second and third right now. The number 1 machine hanging in there. That's Morgan Johnson. She's got a bunch of company there. That would be the number 5 machine of Curtis Thomas. As we're working lap number 4, the next time I battle on the inside. Austin Lehman on the inside trying to take over that number 2 spot. Not going to happen. as they settle down going down the back straightaway. It's still all Timmy Blackwell off of turn number 4. Blackwell is your leader. Jeff Queen in second, Lehman in third. Morgan Johnson hanging on to that fourth and final transfer spot. We're going to be at the halfway point already in this one. It'll be halfway home, 5 down, 5 to go for Timmy Blackwell as he works it off of 4. Everybody kind of nose to tail. Blackwell your leader, Queen in second, Lehman in third. Johnson in fourth. Curtis Thomas, first guy out right now as laps are clicking down. Blackwell with a great run going off of turn number 4. Jeff Queen slipped up a little bit. Lehman not there to pounce, however, as we kind of got him strung out here. It'll be 3 to go the next time by. So Blackwell with a comfortable lead. He had a 3.3 second advantage last time by as he works it off of 4. 3 to go for Blackwell. His advantage up to 3.6. He's got a 3.5 plus second advantage. That car could be a factor in the feature a little bit later on tonight as Timmy Blackwell working it off of 4. It's going to be 2 to go this time by for Blackwell. Top 4, no change. Car running in the 5th spot is Curtis Thomas. Curtis got a ways to go. He's got 1 mile to get it done. Right now, he's 1.8 seconds behind the 4th place car. And that ain't going to be good enough as we work it off of 4. White flag is in the air. Timmy Blackwell, your leader. Final time through 1 and 2. Timmy Blackwell working his magic off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Blackwell's got some lap cars in front of him. They will not be a factor as for the final time off of turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Timmy Blackwell winning LCS number 2 for the 602 late models. Coming home in the 2nd spot, it'll be Jeff Queen. Coming home in 3rd, it'll be Austin Lehman. And Morgan Johnson taking home that final transfer spot. So this one is in the books with Timmy Blackwell out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. And that Longhorn chassis, Blackwell Landscaping, Blackwell Construction, number 17. Timmy Blackwell winning LCS number 2. Jeff Queen coming home 2nd. Austin Lehman in 3rd. Morgan Johnson in 4th spot. And unfortunately, first guy out, Curtis Thomas, finished in the top 5. Well, that's going to set the field for the 20-lap feature a little bit later on. Of course, we will have a redraw on the stage for the top 6 a little bit later. Well, that will lock in 28 cars for the 602 feature event, which will be 20 laps and $3,000 to the winner.